Hey guys, welcome to BP, the Bible Perspective. Fox News has kind of changed its tone in how they report the coronavirus, unlike before where they downplayed it. And they were taking their cues from President Trump, who, when it first happened, remember when the outbreak first happened, they downplayed it. Could they have minimized the seriousness or the number of outbreaks in the U.S.? Big question mark there. But before I get into it, please like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought or a comment, add it in the comment section below. All comments are welcome. You know, guys, when the coronavirus hit China, and it was just over there, and it was just thought of as an outbreak in China, even then, intelligence reports were telling the White House, hey, this thing is serious. But President Trump downplayed it. He basically blamed the Democrats as trying to spread a hoax to try to take him down. He said, oh, it's going to be no big deal. And even when it came to America, which was inevitable, he said, oh, it's no big deal. It's going to die out. When the heat comes, when the springtime comes, it's just going to go away. Could that delay? And Fox News, who jumped on the board, because remember Fox News is really a state-run propaganda machine for the President Trump. That's my opinion, by the way, you all. And so by them knowing that their listeners will follow whatever they say, could the number of infected have been limited in America? Really, we'll never know. But without a doubt, their cavalier attitude was irresponsible. It was just downright stupid. Let me go back. For those of you, let's just kind of remind ourselves what we're dealing with here. That this virus is spreading around the world. It started in China, but now it is spread around the world to now, worldwide, there are some 300,000 infected people, with 14,000 deaths. Now watch this. I'm going to show you something now. There are some 96,000 people who have recovered. I'm going to come back to that number in a moment. Just kind of show you. Let me go down to my chart and break it down by country or nations. And this is going to be sobering for us. I'll tell you why Fox News was so irresponsible, as they have always been when it comes to things Trump. But now they're speaking or they're reporting a different tone. They are now saying it is serious. But probably, when they start, it's always probably more serious than the thought. But let's just take a look at this now, y'all. This chart that I'm going off of, you can just Google coronavirus stats, and this is what I'm using here. China, of course, is ground zero. In the first column, you talk about total cases, 81,000. Now, this is just simply since the outbreak happened, this is what they have, total cases, 81,000. The next column is new cases with the 46 new cases. Now, this is something that can change back and forth. It's not as important. I'll tell you why in a moment. Let's just show you, for example, if you go down to France with 14,000 cases, France today has no new cases, okay? They have a lot of deaths. They have over 550 deaths, but no new cases. Again, so watch this. Back to China. We go back to total recovered, 72,000 recovered. So out of 81,000 cases, China has 72,000 cases cases that people have recovered. So active cases right now of infected people, 5,000 cases. China took it serious, and that's the point I want to bring out. While our president downplayed it, while Fox News downplayed it, taking his cues, okay, China took it seriously. So out of 72,000, now get this, out of a worldwide number of 96,000 people who have recovered, 72,000 59,000 of them comes from China. Now get that, okay? So China has 53 active cases with 1,800 serious cases. Now get that. Now we come to Italy, who has been the most irresponsible, 59,000 cases, right? With 5,500 new cases, right? Now that's important to them, with 5,400 deaths. Total recovered 7,000 out of 59,000. This is Italy. With active cases of 46,000 cases, 3,000 of them serious. Now, here's the sobering news for us Americans. The U.S. is number 3. When I started reporting using this chart, the U.S. was number 6. Now get this, we've moved up to number 3. So get this, the U.S. number 3 with 38,000 cases since the outbreak. Now remember, this is after China, when our president was downplaying this, when the outbreak started increasing, and it increased rapidly. 13,000 new cases, nearly 400 deaths. Now, total recovered in the U.S. Remember, we got 38,000 cases, 178 recovered out of 38,000, which leaves us 37,000 cases, active infected people in the U.S., with 700 of them seriously. So now let's go back to this again. The problem with Fox News and our president, how they were slow to get on this serious train. How many infected people could have been spared had they treated it more seriously? And even now, remember I talked about the scene in Florida where you had people frolicking, right, and on the beach for spring break, and the governor was slow to shut it down. How many people were affected because of that? Now, we won't know until they start getting more cases. But even if they don't get cases, let's say even if we dodged a bullet with that, the decision making, the leadership was irresponsible. Something that the voters should remember next election time. Fox News, who is supposed to be fair and balanced, by the way, trivia, they dropped the fair and balanced. You don't hear them say that anymore. But here's the thing. They have completely sold out to be, in a sense, the sole propaganda machine of President Trump. And that's what you saw. That when there's a viral, by the way, this viral video that is showing Fox News personalities before and after. Before, when Trump was downplaying it, they were downplaying it and even ramped it up a notch. And now that Trump is forced to be serious, why? Americans are getting affected. And this is something that you didn't see, I don't hear too much in the news, that we've moved up to number 3, y'all. And now Fox News is on board because of President Trump. So in other words, are we to gauge Fox News' media by what Trump says, his moods, or whatever? But the bigger issue is we need to take this disease serious. Right now, we're sort of on this kind of honor system where the government is saying, y'all shut down. They shut down bars and restaurants and all kind of gathering places. Why? Because that's how the disease is going to rapidly spread. For the life of me, I cannot understand why that governor didn't shut down spring break sooner. Well, eventually, if this disease keeps spreading like it is, and guess what? It's continually spreading. They're going to impose a stricter martial law. Where they're going to strictly say, you must stay home. So this is something, again, we should take serious. It is something that we should be very vigilant in. Wash your hands. Be safe. And again, at this time, avoid public places. Churches are not immune. In the recent John MacArthur event where 5,000 pastors were gathered, guess what? Someone walked away infected. Now, how many people there now are affected? Well, we won't know until you start seeing the breakdown. The point I want to make is, hey, even God put in infectious disease control measures. Back then, it was for leprosy, a highly incurable and contagious virus and disease. Here's the thing: until we get a vaccination, like China, until we get that, we have to start being vigilant. That's why I said before, when we go back to China, even though they have new cases, the new cases is not as important because what? They whatever it is they're doing over there, they seem to have gotten control over it. And guess what? Now their recovery rate is on the rise. Why aren't we taking cues from China? That's another video. Okay, guys, that's my perspective. And as always, like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And till next time, I will see you then.